3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast where we talk about lots of stuff and gaming.
Please say we're running with that intro. Just go.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 35 of the Spawn Point podcast. And after an intro like that, we have to say Andy is always with us. He's joined with us today. After surviving, almost being crushed by a window.
After narrowly surviving a con that me and Ebby were at, and I mean, you're watching this now, and you're not seeing or hearing her, but she's still alive. We narrowly missed death.
Yeah, it's not a literal Ebby's ghost in this episode. It's not like she actually,
But it landed about 5 feet away from us after falling from a 9th story,
Yeah,
quite high up.
There's actually a picture as well of it, which I guess we could show on here, of just the missing thing where you saw it come from. So yeah, Ebby's just not available. She didn't get crushed by the window, and neither did Andy. And so it's just us two this week, and we're going to be talking about Splatoon, which is not going to have voice chat. It's not going to have... You're not going to be able to talk to your friends over the game, which some people it's not going to affect, and other people it won't. Like, it's not going to affect me and Andy, because...
Like some people it won't affect, and other people it won't.
Yeah, well, it's not going to affect people... It's not going to affect people who have Skype, who have their Wii U system right next to them, because like, people like me and Andy and Ebby as well, we can all chat on Skype, and we can play the game, and we don't have any issue with that. Of course, not everybody has a computer where they can sort of chat with Skype. If they're young, they might just be, there might just be one computer in the house. They share with the parents and stuff like that. But we'll sort of discuss more in detail about that. But the reason why, you might be thinking, oh, why is there no voice chat? Why is this a feature that's not being included? Well, the co-director of Splatoon, who is Edge Yasuki.
It's murder names, yeah.
Yeah, Amano. I don't know, must have got that bit right. He said, this is coming from personal experience. When I played online games, I didn't like the negativity I got and people telling me, you're crap, go away. So we wanted to focus on the positive aspects of online gaming. So, that's a valid point, wouldn't you agree, Andy? That he's saying, that... I mean, not to say that I'm saying do you agree with that, but I'm saying more that is something that I think we've all experienced online. Anything that has voice chat, there's always been, it's never been 100% positive. There's always going to be people who are going to insult you, and if, especially, for something like this game, I guess they look to other other shooter games that have multiplayer online, where there's like people making death threats, people being really vulgar and insulting, and just...
And I'm sure that some of my friends have even been on that sort of side of it when we've got a bit drunk and, you just go on voice chat and just...
Sometimes you just get really angry. Like, I've been playing Call of Duty with Steve in the past online, and he'll just get... Like, he won't have his microphone on, but he'll just get really angry, and he'll say things that he doesn't mean. But, it's just the anger. And even on like Mario Kart, like I'll just say things like,
"Oh my god, I'm
so much Mario Kart rage." I don't want to be like vulgar and like explicit in anything now, just because the whole point of this is so that you don't have to. This whole topic is about people not experiencing that, so there's no point saying it now. But it's out of rage. I sometimes get really angry at people, but I don't mean it. And it's just because I'm more angry at the, getting beaten, or angry at the game or something that's happened. And, it's just I guess like an outburst or just expressing that anger. But I don't know. I've never like, probably when I was younger I did, like, I had arguments with people online that I didn't know. Usually because they said to me, like, oh, you're crap, and I'd be like...
No, you're gay,
you're gay. Yeah, your mum. your mum's crap. Like, stuff like that. Everyone's come across it at some point of someone's either insulted you on a game, whether it be on the mic, they're insulting you even if you can't hear it, because they're probably, for example, if you've blue shelled someone in Mario Kart, there's a slight chance that they've just called you all of the names under the sun and are hating you right now. But the more of the question is, do you think that Nintendo actually made the right decision here? Did they do the right thing by saying, look, we're not going to have, it's not even going to be an option, so you're not going to be able to chat with anybody, positive or negative. You're going to have to use other things like Skype, for example. Do you think they made the right decision doing this?
I don't necessarily think they have. I mean, I can see it from two perspectives here. Like, obviously, Nintendo's a family console, Nintendo isn't a family console, but Nintendo's sort of a family brand more so than Sony and Microsoft, I'd say. And they don't want people just going on and just be like, you're XYZ.
But to be honest, I think that's part of the problem as well, because, the saying of they're family friendly is sometimes some of the reason why we sometimes don't get third party support in games. Binding of Isaac is an example that, just because of certain material in the game or other games, like they just say, well, that's, not family friendly, but so we're not going to allow it on our console. But then, stuff like Bayonetta 2, for example, I can't remember, is that rated 16 or 18?
No, it's definitely not rated, like for everyone, is it?
No. But, that's an exception, really. There are the other things here and there, but it's not, by saying that, you can't access this. It's like, well, that's just intended for a certain audience. It doesn't mean that they have to have it available. It's just like you're trying to censor things and force censorship upon people when really it should be people's choice, I kind of feel anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Bayonetta is mature. I just checked that. And Splatoon is obviously like a more child-friendly game as well as like Mario Kart. But like you're saying, they shouldn't really be censoring it, and they should be giving people the option, because I feel like having a team-based shooter is probably something you might need voice chat for. I can understand Mario Kart, okay, it's nice to have in it. You don't need to speak to other people when you're playing online with that.
It's free for all. It's like everyone's against it.
It's not a team-based thing. It would be nice to actually have the features inbuilt into the console just to shout abuse at like my friends on it. But I feel like it's gonna detract a bit from a team-based shooter such as Splatoon.
Yeah. That's the big problem, is the fact that it's team-based. I feel like if Splatoon was, it was a free-for-all, every man for himself type deal, it wouldn't be as much of an issue, because the only person you need to talk to is yourself, and that would be insane. But the thing is that, I saw a couple of other videos of people talking about this, and some of the points that were brought up were people saying that Nintendo are trying to basically parent us. They're trying to mother us in a way.
Trying to wrap us up in not cling film. God, that would suffocate. Don't wrap kids up in cling film.
Wrap your child up in cling film. And that was Andy Parenting 101. Get your kid and wrap him in cling film. If he stops breathing, he's just messing around. Hey, little Timmy. Just poking him. He's not moving. I think, no, he's probably asleep.
I think child services at the door. I'm gonna have to be back.
Hang on. Yeah, hello? You're looking for Andy? Oh, no, well, you have to go to his house. But yeah, anyway. So, they were saying about, trying to mother us, trying to, parrot us and say what's right and what's wrong. I'm going to read the other quote now, because I feel it's quite relevant to the whole thing, which is that, imagine if this is a quote from the article, that this was on GameSpot, the article, I believe, and this was a comment on there, and this is quoted directly from there. And it's, imagine if we solved real world problems like this. We'd all be walking around with duct tape on our mouths. There are some gamers who say mean stuff, but the vast majority of peeps who play are not like that. Most people are either quiet, neutral, or friendly and supportive. none of which cause any problems. Yet, when we make a design choice, who do they focus on? The small percentage who say bad stuff. They should just add a mute button so you can mute whoever you want. That way we could take the duct tape off and be social when we play. Now, with that quote in mind, this was already, before I saw this quote, something I was going to bring up, that a lot of games, they do have a mute button, or they have where you can mute everybody apart from your friends, and you can have that like always permanently on. So whenever you join online, you can have it so that you know, as soon as you join an online game, the only people you can talk to are your friends. And there's other things where Xbox have a party chat where you can talk to all your friends on the game, but it's not in the game chat. It's in a separate thing that you can talk to. And there's even I'm sure there's parent control features where you can actually set who they're allowed to talk to. Some games have it. I think you have settings where you can only talk to certain people, or it's restricted of what you can do. So, you know, if you're a concerned parent about your kids hearing about those things, you know, we talked about it before when we were saying about kids being allowed to play age-rated games. If you're concerned about what they're playing and what they're consuming and what people might say, you can always be restrictive, or you can put features in that parents have more control over it. So put each individual parent in control rather than Nintendo. I've tried to control everybody, because there's a lot of us, you know, not everybody is also going to be a kid. You know, there are people that play Nintendo products, whether they're intended for a child or, you know, childlike audience, or they're intended for, you know, mature people. There are people that play all sorts of games at all different ages and, you know, gender, and, you know, just every game is different. So you can't just sweep everyone under the same brush and say, oh, you should be listening to that. Like, you know, you're like 26, aren't you? 26? 27?
27.
27.
Yeah.
I tried to make you sound younger. Yeah, you're 27, I'm 22. I think we're old enough where we go, oh, we hear bad stuff on the interwebs. You know, like, I'm pretty sure we could handle it. I've heard Call of Duty is a good example. People say all sorts of stuff. And do you know what's funny? They say they're trying to protect kids, but the people who say the most abusive thing are the kids. You know, kids playing Call of Duty, they've told me to, you know, they've said things about my family. They've said they're gonna kill me. They said they're gonna do all sorts of stuff. Like, the kids are the ones making the threats usually, not
And you know what I do with kids?
You wrap them in cling film?
God, this is not going well for me tonight, is it? God.
Do you know what I do
Please
with
don't
kids?
send social services round, honest.
Do you know what I do
internet.
with kids?
Do you know what I do with kids that shout all of this stuff on games like that? I click the mute button.
Exactly.
I completely ignore them. It's like, are you giving me any constructive feedback on what's happening in this game? No, well, fuck off.
It's a bit like saying on Twitter, hey, welcome to Twitter. Because of people but sending bad tweets, you can no longer tweet. Well, then that eliminates the point. You know, if someone says, like, you know, negative things to you on YouTube, YouTube don't go, we're taking away the comments because people just put nasty stuff. No, you can block people, you can mute them, you can ban them. You could do all sorts of stuff, and, you know, just allow even just to chat. And if you're chatting with just your team, because you don't need to chat to the other team, but, you know, it's 4 versus 4. There's 3 other people that you need to try and organise. You're saying about a team play aspect. You have to try and work together with 3 other people. How am I, if I'm doing ranked battle, this is the important thing, ranked battle mode where people are competitive, and I'm trying to organise where 3 other people are, and say I'm not playing with you, say I'm not playing with Ebby, you know, I'm just on my own with random people. No, I avoided saying that.
You're just playing with yourself. Okay,
I tiptoed around that perfectly. I was like, I'm not playing with you, I'm playing with other people. Tried to best to avoid that. But yeah, you know, how am I meant to tell them to go, oh, go over there, someone stay back and defend, somebody come with me and we'll try and be on the offense? I can't do that. Now,
the question is, though, okay, I'm just trying to think of all of the other sort of team-based games that I've played that I played without my friends, and I've just played it with a load of randomers. How many of those do you actually bother speaking to them and just be like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this, we've got to go to this objective, and how many people actually pay attention to that?
But this is the thing, it depends on the game mode. If it's something that a mode that's obviously intended for competitiveness, say Splatoon didn't have ranked battle, then it wouldn't be as much an issue. But if you're doing ranked battle, you're playing to win, and the only way you're really going to win is with teamwork. Like, I have played with people online. I've been part of clans and communities, like gaming communities, where we've played first-person shooters and we've worked as a team, and we've played against other people.
Specifically, you've gone on there to play as a team.
But we haven't gone. Oh, let's go on Skype. You know,
No. But you've gone on there as a clan. You literally just said that, as a clan, as a community, you've gone on there. However, if you're going on there just as I'm playing and there's, you know, Johnny Foreigner,
it depends. It depends on the mode, though.
Really, down the street.
It does depend on the mode, because, say for example, Halo: The Master Chief Collection. When the servers do work and when you can actually find a multiplayer game,
when's that then?
You know, it wasn't too bad for me actually, but there's still patches.
Yeah.
I don't know, but when I played that, when I went onto the ranking, kind of works the same as like Mario Kart, for example. If you lose points, but in the sense you like lose rank, you lose XP, so you can go down. And if you win, then you go up. And so you're more worried about. It doesn't focus really on like KD ratio. Sorry, Call of Duty fanboys. It doesn't worry about kills to deaths, which is the reason why people don't really communicate in Call of Duty, because everyone's like, as long as I get more kills and deaths, not like, do I win the game? On Halo, it tells you how many kills you get, but it doesn't focus on deaths, so you don't really know about that. It doesn't make a big deal about it. It makes a deal about whether your win-loss is very good. And on something that's ranked like that, people do actually talk, and I've talked with random people, only for a few games. I haven't added them, and we've just been like, are you going to stay back? Yeah, okay, I'll go forward. And I've done that with about 5 people. Or 4 or 5 people, and then I'll leave the lobby, and then I'll go into another lobby and do the same thing. It depends on the game mode and the attitude towards that. If it was just if it's not a ranked match and it's just a casual thing where the rank doesn't matter, I'll just play for fun. I won't really talk. I'm not taking it, I'm not really taking it incredibly seriously. I'm just playing for fun. I want to kill some people on the game. It does depend. I feel like ranked battle mode is the real thing here, where voice chat is something that does need to be considered. And also, you're not always talking to random people. What if you wanted to talk with your friends on the console in your team?
I can completely agree with you on the fact that, like, if you're playing with your friends, if you're playing with a specific team, it's something that's almost needed, like, for a team battle. Now, like, I mean, I don't know if it's in the game mode, because I haven't been able to find this out yet, or when I've searched, I haven't been able to find in details. But if there were specific, like, sort of voice messages, like, to say, let's go to objective A, or like I know in Splatoon you can tap the gamepad and it will make you jump to a certain area to help back people up. If it's like, hey, I need backup in central place, or...
But then it's like, how do you decide who gives you backup out of the 4 people? Because what if you're saying, I need backup? Do you need 1 person to help you out? Do you need 2? Should somebody stay back and defend? At
least if they're going to make this option, then are they giving you any alternatives, or is it just going to be like, no, you're not going to be able to speak at all?
I just think it'd be a really good feature just to have a... I can't remember what games I've had it in. It might even be in Halo, but I've done it in some things where you can mute everybody except those you have added as friends.
Such a good feature to...
And it's just a thing where everybody else is automatically muted when you join a game. The only people you can talk to and hear is your friends. And, you can switch on and off that feature depending on whether you're experiencing negativity just with random people or not, and you can just do that on the fly. There are games that have that exist, and I feel like Splatoon should have that, I
mean, it also just seemed like such a weird feature just to like drop out of, especially like a Wii U game, since the like gamepad's got a built-in microphone and it's like speakers and everything. It just seems like the ideal peripheral just to be using to do all of this. I understand why they've decided not to, but it just... Guys, what?
You have to remember, we have to think of it in a sense of, because like I said before, not thinking from it doesn't really affect me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect you, because we do have Skype and we can access both at the same time very easily. But you have to take into account there are lots of people that don't have that and aren't able to do that. And, you know, with just in a team-based game, just going back to that whole teamwork aspect, is that it's 4v4 when a lot of the other shooters, like Battlefield, for example, there's a lot more players than that, so it's very hard to coordinate. 4 versus 4 is an ideal thing to say, look, it's a tight-knit group of just 4 of you, and you'll say 2 of us go there and 2 of us go back. The chances are that even if one of those people are actually paying attention to what you're saying, at least half of your team is working together. Because there's 2 of you out of 4. So, you know, something like Battlefield, trying to get 12 players or so to do what you're saying and to get to listen to you, or to get everyone to work together, is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And I guess the way that they try and get around it is by having all the squad leaders, and the commander to try and make it work a bit better, even though people just end up doing what the hell they like in that type of game anyway.
I mean, the other thing is that when you think about just the whole bizarre concept of I just love going back to that quote about the article, the comment in the article about, like, you know, duct tape on our mouths. It's really true, just because the fact that if we ever just acted upon, most of the time you just ignore negativity, you don't kind of, you know, as they say, don't feed the trolls. Well, this feels like this is the biggest all-you-can-eat buffet to say, oh, hey, if we're negative, it will drastically affect what happens in decisions made. If you say for Call of Duty, for example, you know, you're not allowed to camp in a corner because we found people are trapping people in corners and are just trolling them or bullying them, then we go, oh, well, so nobody can sit in a corner anymore or stand in a corner. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? Oh, if you stand in a corner, you'll get kicked out of the game or something like that because of negativity. You know, you just avoid doing things. You just, the key word is avoid. If there's people being negative, you avoid that. And by avoiding it, you just give people the tools to avoid the negativity rather than just block the positivity as well. It's collateral damage. Yeah. You're getting rid of that small percentage of negativity, but you're also suffering in the positive aspect. And, you know.
Just need to cut out the cancer, really. That's.
Yeah. You don't say, oh, someone's got cancer. But you see, we could. There's a small tumour that we could make an incision and we could get rid of it, or we could just kill them. So no, you do. You focus. You just take out the negative part. You isolate it. You kind of. It seems so backwards to me. This whole thing, just. When thinking about, oh, we've experienced negativity, so we're going to take away the entire feature.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I feel like it is needed in a team-based game. If it wasn't a team-based game, then you might be able to get away without having it. However, they could be trying to have a new type of teamwork going on here. I don't know.
That'll probably. Oh, don't give the PR people ideas.
Guys, you don't need to talk to each other to be a team. You can
just get some PR representative will be like, yeah, we're thinking about, I don't know why I did this voice, we're thinking about doing, there'd probably be more a voice of like, well, you see, we're thinking about introducing a new style of teamwork, and we're experimenting with really how far you can work as a team to the point of not being able to communicate with another. So we're really taking leaps and bounds to dive into this new market of non-communicative teamwork just to see how well they can perform. Like, it'll be something like that. It'll be something about they're trying. You know, that is probably going to happen now that you've said it. But I do want to raise.
I would like the royalties from that when it does happen. Please, PR people, you know, please.
I want to ask you the next question, which is, do you think that if enough players complained about this and there was enough of a backlash that they would reconsider? Before you answer, with Mario Kart, people were complaining about certain things, such as the minimap wasn't always on the game screen, it was just on the gamepad, and people complained about that, and they decided to change it and also have it on there. And apparently at launch, there was a lot of things that Mario Kart 8 didn't feature that now, that were like must-have things that were in previous games that they're now brought back because people complain. Do you think that would also work in this sense?
I mean, he's definitely said, Mr. Yuzumi Ami, definitely said that the game won't ever have it. So, I don't know, I feel like he's probably gonna stick with his guns unless the game is really going downhill. But then again, like, if it gets to the stage where they're like, oh, you know what, maybe we should have put some voice chat in here, will it be too late by the time that if they decide to implement it?
I have a suggestion, even if, and this might just sound like, well, if you're going to add it in a little bit, why not add it, just make voice chat across the whole thing? But the key point is that most people that want to, play the game on a competitive level and take it seriously and not have a bit of fun, that makes it sound like competitive people are really miserable, but people that are going to want to communicate as a team, just have voice chat and ranked battle and just test it out in that and see how it goes, because they could always just have voice chat available. I feel like it's better to have something available, and if it doesn't work out, take it away rather than take it away and then have people complain and then have it add it, because if you have it in to start with, you don't get the negativity of people going, oh, you just get rid of it completely. So if you take it out afterwards and people can see, oh, I can see why they removed it because there's actual evidence that most people were being negative and all that. Would you say the same sort of thing, that it'd be better that way of testing the water, just having it a little bit in some modes and seeing how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, from what you've been saying before, like the way that you've used it in Master Chief Collection in like the ranked battle, it seems like a sensible idea. And I don't know, I think some people will still abuse it if they do add it in, even that in that case. But if whatever people do, someone's going to try and abuse the system. Exactly. So it's a sensible way to start there, and then maybe go on at a later date. Although the other thing that I was thinking, which I'm quite surprised at, is why isn't there just a general like Wii U sort of chat function? So it's like you say in the Xbox, why can't you just say, okay, my friends are on there, let's make a group and chat together, and then it doesn't matter if the game doesn't actually have team chat or
you just have it in
voice chat. You're already in the chat, so I mean, what's the problem?
The other thing is that it's not just in teamwork, but I've made plenty of friends, and I've actually got people on my friends list from games that I've started chatting to online, and have sort of had a laugh with them and got along with them, and then we've played more games together, and we've sort of, not always on a competitive level, but just sometimes just, relaxed play, just having a laugh with, other people that you've met that you get along with, and then going, oh yeah, I'll add you as a friend, maybe we'll, play some Splatoon another time or something, and then you can't really do that. And PlayStation's got it now. There's, having a party chat feature where you can, I haven't actually seen it in, the flesh and blood or the circuits and plastic.
Yeah. I have to say, I tried that. Let's try and add someone to see what they want. Because, I played, when I was playing a lot of Hearthstone, every now and again you'd get someone just add you as a friend afterwards. Like, oh, they want to chat to me, maybe they want to play some more. I did it once, and this person, I can't remember what the username is. I wish it was, because I'll just call you out right here and now. The only thing that they said to me is, dude, you're shit. And I was like, block. Never doing that again. So
but notice that was a negative experience, but you clicked block.
It ruined it.
But you clicked block, and you could do that, and you never had to have an encounter with that person ever again. And the other thing, I'm pretty sure you can do it on PlayStation and Xbox. You could report people for certain things, and actually now on Xbox, your reputation is a vital thing. Like if you have a good reputation, like people have given you positive feedback or negative feedback, then it actually matches you up with likewise people. So all of the douchebags play with all of the douchebags, and all of the nice, supportive, helpful people that just want to have fun and don't want to watch the world burn, they play with the other people who are the same. So because if you've got a good reputation and people haven't reported you for abusive behaviour or bullying or any of the other options that are on there, then you're going to be matched with other people who have similar behaviour. It does it by the matchmaking is based on behaviour. And I feel like even that is something that could work in Splatoon, just having a report system that discourages people. It just seems there's a lot of things. I feel like the key thing here really is just, avoiding negativity rather than just blocking out everything. Just, making it so you can block, you can mute, you can only chat with the people that you're friends with. Just having these things implemented is a lot better and a wiser way to go about it.
Yeah. And I think that's the answer really, isn't it?
Yeah.
A mute button.
It's a crazy idea.
Really?
Yeah. You can click mute.
Wow. Hang on. I did not know that.
Brains all over the wall.
Oh my god.
But just the last thing. Okay. Are you going to be buying a copy of Splatoon, regardless of this? Because, I think I do know the answer to that because, this won't affect us, but it will affect some people. But are you looking to pick up a copy of Splatoon? Are you looking forward to it? And will you get it like pre-order or get it on release day, or will you wait a bit? What are you going to do?
We're starting to plug it now. God.
No, we're not. You can pick it up for just a cut price of $39.99.
I mean, it's one of those games. Like with everything. I want to either get a copy, press copy, like we do with some games, or actually read some reviews of it. So I don't know yet. I'm on the fence with it. It's going to be interesting to have a look and see how it goes. But yeah, what about you, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just basing it off of what, gameplay that I've seen from that live stream they did after the Direct. I'm just talking a bit about that. The single player sounds interesting, but I think I'd mostly play it for multiplayer. That's kind of what I think most people are going to go for it for. And I do feel like I don't know, I can't see many games on the Wii U that are, I'm just thinking if I cut off, then there's not many games on the Wii U and just get a flood of hate. There's not enough games on the Wii U that have team-based sort of online stuff that I know of that are sort of very popular. And Splatoon sort of seems to fill that void, especially the fact that it doesn't have like a shooter really at the moment. Albeit this is you shooting like paint.
This is Nintendo's sort of happy variant.
But it's still, it's still working as a team, and I really like teamwork games. So I feel like this is the first one about that I've already played at EGX previously that I enjoyed. The chances are that I will pick up a copy. I don't think I'll pre-order it, but I'll probably buy it shortly after it's released, or try and see if we can get some sort of like press access to it. I am intrigued. I do want to try it out. And
yeah. I mean, like I enjoyed what I played at EGX last year. So
I feel like that's the thing it really needs is just a team-based game. Need more of that. Yeah. But that is, I believe that is all for this episode.
Before we go, I want to plug stuff today. In both Ebby's absence and my apparent presence. Just for people that they're interested in any anime stuff. I know we don't usually do anime stuff. I'm part of a live panel at the event that I went to with Ebby, and that's going to be up on youtube.com/Oko Anime Club. And also Ebby was part of a PVC figure collection, panel, which is going to be on youtube.com/Tensei Twister. And then she was also part of something that's more relevant to everyone, how to get started on YouTube panel. And that is going to be on her channel, I believe.
And the other thing, which I didn't actually mention at the beginning, which I forgot to, was that by the time you watched this video, we uploaded a video yesterday, which was talking about a giveaway that we're doing. So, Vector Gaming has now been around for exactly 2 years now. We had our first video when I wish I had some like proper things or something. Our first video went up on the 15th of April 2013, and time of this recording 15th of April 2015. So to celebrate, getting on to the more important bit, you're like, yeah, Matt, let's giveaway. What's this free stuff? Well, you could win one of 5 Minecraft servers. We've basically works closely together with Virtual Gladiators. They've agreed to provide some prizes for this giveaway. And it's a total of 5 servers. So there's 5 winners. You can't get 5 servers for yourself. And each one is 1 gigabyte of size, which I'm trying to think of how much player size that is, but I think it's up to 24 players or something, or it might, something around that, or 18 players. So you can play with quite a good group of people. You can have your own server. And mind you, this isn't a thing of like, oh, it's free for a month and you have to pay. This is free for life. Like, this is a free Minecraft server for life that you're getting. So you can enter by going to vetrogaming.co.uk/giveaway, or you can go to the vetrogaming.co.uk. There's also going to be a tab there where you can click on called giveaway, and it'll take you to that same page. And there's 9 ways to enter. The more ways that you enter, the more your chances are of winning. So you can do things such as following us on Twitter. You can visit the Virtual Gladiators website they've got. You can visit our website. You can refer your friends. That'll get you some extra entries. And you can do other things like just watch the giveaway video that we're talking about, which you can see on our YouTube channel. There's a bunch of ways to enter. There's even, you can go on our Facebook page. There's even a giveaways tab on there that you can click on, and it will have that thing embedded on there, so you can access it in multiple different ways. So you shouldn't have any trouble finding it.
There's lots of ways to play.
Yeah, or lots of ways to enter.
Nice.
So yes, pretty awesome. Really grateful that Virtual Gladiators have decided to, help us out with this and provide these servers for you guys. So if you do enter, best of luck. And it's going to run from the 15th of April to the 25th of May. So you've got plenty of time that's over a month for you to enter, about 5 weeks. So, plenty of time, plenty of ways to enter. And yeah, so 2 years of Vectra. Woo! That was in sync. We will see you guys next week. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.